Hello, hi guys. I welcome you all to Smartkeeda Current Affairs for 4th June. Let's begin with it. Controller General of Accounts has recently reported center's fiscal deficit for financial year 21 at how many percent? Kindly give the correct answer. Kindly give the correct answer for the same. For how many percent the Controller General of Accounts has recently reported the center's deficit? The answer for the same is 9.3%. So the fiscal deficit stood at 9.3% of the gross domestic product in the last fiscal, better than 9.5% projected in the revised estimates in the union budget in February. Very important. International Sex Workers Day 2021 was observed on which date? The answer for the same is that International Sex Workers Day 2021 was observed on June 2, 2021. This is a day for fighting exploitation and stigma faced by sex workers around the world. International Sex Workers Day is observed on June 2 every year. You must know that people who are forcefully thrown into prostitution are too high. The number is too high. And after that, they face exploitation as well as stigma. Several years of working in the sex industries virtually makes them jobless. So they have to do this work one way or the other. So it's a duty of the society to remove the exploitation and the stigma faced by sex workers, because different situations, different forced circumstances make vulnerable girls fall prey to it. Amid the prolonged pandemic situation, sex workers are increasingly becoming more vulnerable and facing alienation because you cannot move for work. So sex work is not a crime in India. Many sex workers face threat and harassment, making them vulnerable to increased violence. Though sex work is not a crime in India, legally it's not a crime in India. Who among the following has recently authored a book titled as All Roads Lead North, Nepal's Turn to China? The answer for the same is that this book is written by Amish Raj Mulmi. So Amish Raj Mulmi has authored this book, All Roads Lead North, Nepal's Turn to China. I must tell you that in the recent years, we have totally left our neighbors at the mercy of China. And this happens when we are in our self-megalomania. Like in the recent years as well as in the Manmohan Singh era also. We think that the neighbors are perennially attached to us. But China is very pragmatic. It thinks from its own interests, which India does not think. That's why we had such a failure as Vaccine Maitri. Because instead of vaccinating our whole population, we went outside, we distributed the vaccines outside, and our population was left without vaccines. So many deaths happened. So very important that we take very strong approaches. So Nepal has totally gone to left side. Mulmi has turned the searchlight on Nepal's ties with Tibet and China. He tightly crafted the narrative and argument, which has said that recent trajectory of Nepal's foreign relations is towards China. Who among the following has recently won his first ATP title at Emilia Romagna Open in Parma, defeating Marco Cecchinato in the final by 6-2, 6-4? The answer for the same is that this was won by Sebastian Corda. So Sebastian Corda won his first ATP title at the Emilia Romagna Open in Parma. This next-gen player has been on the rise ever since breaking out the 2020 Roland Garros, where he reached the 4th round. Very, very important. Economists at SBI have cut their forecast for India's gross domestic product growth in the financial year 21-22 to what percent from 10.4% earlier due to the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic? The answer for the same is SBI has cut it rate down to, kindly give the correct answer. The answer is that they have done it to 7.9%. So the SBI have cut their forecast of India's gross domestic product growth in the financial year to 7.9% from 10.5% earlier due to the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic. Which company has tied up with Microsoft to strengthen and automate the quality control processes? The answer for the same is that this tie-up with Microsoft has been done by ICICI Lombard. So ICICI Lombard has partnered with Microsoft to automate audits of service calls. Nation's largest personal sector normal insurance have tied up with Microsoft to strengthen and automate the standard management process. The insurer will make use of Microsoft Azure speech providers and pure language processing To display screen, it's each day service calls made by customer support reps. Which firm has joined hands with Electronics and Computer Software Export Promotion Council to create awareness about the benefits of lifting among small business and startups? The answer for the same is BSC Limited. So Bombay Stock Exchange on Tuesday said that it has joined hands with Electronics and Computer Software Export Promotion Council to create awareness about the benefits of lifting small businesses and startups. In this regard, BSC has signed a memorandum of understanding with ESC, the exchange said in a statement. Which country has recently hosted the 2021 BRICS Foreign Affairs Minister meeting virtually? The answer for the same is India. So India has held the 2021 BRICS Foreign Affairs Minister meeting virtually. In this address, Mr. Jaishankar said that desired change can be achieved only by conducting policies in accordance with these principles. And these principles are of the UN Charter that recognizes the sovereign equality of all states and respecting their territorial integrity. Why was this said? Because China is, again I will say, China is pragmatic in its approach. It is nibbling India on the Himalayan front. And our response is taking all these standard dossiers and replying in the international forums. But our response should be more hard power approach, because China is going hard power, China is also going soft power. It is circling India via Sri Lanka, it is circling India via Bangladesh, it has interest in Myanmar, it has interest in Maldives, it has totally bought almost Pakistan, but we are not doing anything as such to counter it in that manner. And inaction led to the Galvan clash. In the Galvan clash, we were saved by the heroism of those 20 Jawans that lost their lives, and also many others who couldn't lose their lives due to the luck being on their side and their bravery playing the part. But 20 lives were lost because we couldn't take an offensive action earlier. Who among the following has recently launched a number of initiatives to enhance the sustainable alternative towards affordable transportation scheme? The answer for the same is that this has been launched by Dharmendra Pradhan. So Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas and Steel, Dharmendra Pradhan, presided over a virtual ceremony in which a number of initiatives were launched to provide a major fillip to Satat's initiative and help India leap ahead towards a greener tomorrow. Right? The full form of SATAT is Sustainable Alternative Towards Affordable Transportation Scheme. So this scheme aims to set up a compressed biogas production plant and make CBG available in the market for use as a green fuel. SATAT was launched on 1 October 2018 and it envisages to target production of 15 MMT of CBG from 5,000 plants by 2023. Besides the potential to boost the availability of more affordable transport fuels, better use of agricultural residue, cattle dung and municipal solid waste, the 5,000 CBG plants will provide an investment of 1.75 lakh crore, an additional revenue source to farmers, and 75,000 direct job opportunities and lakhs of indirect jobs. Which institution has become the first institution to be declared SDO under the One Nation One Standard mission on Bureau of Indian Standards, which is institution under the Department of Consumer Affairs? The answer is Research Design and Standards Organization. So Research Design and Standard Organization of the Indian Railway has become the first institution to be declared as SDO under the One Nation One Standard mission on BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards, which is institution under the Department of Consumer Affairs. This unique initiative of two organizations under GOI is going to set a template for all the rest of the leading research and standard development organizations in the country to follow and adapt world-class standards. World Health Assembly has adopted decision to recognize which date as the World Neglected Tropical Diseases Day. The answer is that they have decided to recognize January 30. So January 30 is going to be celebrated as the World Neglected Tropical Diseases Day, World NTD Day. Right? Very important. Name the person who has been recently assumed charge as the Deputy Chief of Naval Staff. The answer is that Deputy Chief of Naval Staff now is Jalandhar born Vice Admiral Ravneet Singh. So Vice Admiral Ravneet Singh, Ati Vishish Seva Medal, AVSM and Nausena Medal, has assumed charge as the Deputy Chief of Naval Staff on Tuesday. He has flown H-2, Kiran HJT-16, TS-11 Iskra, Hunter, Harrier GR3, Jet Provost, Chetak, Gazelle, Hawk, MiG-29 KUB aircraft during his illustrious career. So very, very important. He's a qualified instructor with Master Green Instrument rating. Who among the following has been appointed as an additional director in the capacity of non-executive director and designated as the chairman of Magma Fincorp? The answer is Adar Poonawalla. So Adar Poonawalla has been appointed as the additional director in the capacity of non-executive director and designated as the chairman of Magma Fincorp, subject to the approval of shareholders. The company has set to the target to become among the top 3 NBFCs for consumer and small medium business finance. Poonawalla is also the CEO of Serum Institute of India and the makers of Covishield vaccine. Who among the following is going to be the next chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission? The answer is Arun Kumar Mishra is going to be the next chairperson of National Human Rights Commission. So Justin Arun Mishra is likely to be the next chairperson of National Human Rights Commission as per a report published in Hindu. A high-powered committee consisting of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha Hari Vansh, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla and Leader of Opposition Mallikarjun Kharge have proposed the name of the former Supreme Court judge. Former IB Director Mr. Rajiv Jain and ex-Chief Justice of J&K High Court Mahesh Mittal Kumar have been recommended as the members of NHRC. He was not the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, but still his name has gone as the chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission. So his name is in controversy due to that. Who among the following has been elected Israel's 11th president? Kindly give the correct answer. Israel's 11th president is veteran politician Isaac Herzog. So remember that Isaac Herzog is the new president. So veteran politician Isaac Herzog has been elected Israel's 11th president in a secret ballot in Knesset parliament. So the name of the parliament of Israel is Knesset. The 60-year-old former Labour leader will be first Israeli president who is the son of a former president. His father was Chaim Herzog and who served as Israel's head of state between 1983 and 1993. Which of the following countries has recently reported first human case of H1N1 bird flu? The answer for the same is that this avian influenza has now come from China. So a 41-year-old man in China's eastern province of Jiangsu has been confirmed as the first human case of infection with a rare strain of bird flu known as H10N3, Beijing's National Health Commission said on Tuesday. Many different strains of bird flu are present in China and some sporadically infect people, usually those working with poultry. There is no indication that H10N3 can spread easily in humans. Which company has named Paresh B. Lal as its grievance officer for India? The answer is that Paresh B. Lal is the grievance officer for WhatsApp. So you can make your complaints to Paresh B. Lal if he is free enough. So WhatsApp has named Paresh B. Lal as its grievance officer in India. This move comes in the backdrop of new IT rules coming into effect last week that require significant social media intermediaries, those with other 50 lakh users, to appoint a grievance officer, nodal officer and a chief compliance officer. These personnel are required to be resident in India. Name the person who has been appointed as the new director of the CSIR Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, Hyderabad. The answer is that he is Mr. Vinay K. Nandikuri. So Dr. Vinay K. Nandikuri has been appointed as the new director of CSIR Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology. He is a well-known molecular biologist and has been a scientist at the DBT, National Institute of Immunology, New Delhi. Very important. Dr. Patrick Amoth has been appointed as the president of the World Health Organization Executive Board in Geneva, Switzerland. He is from which country? The answer is that Dr. Patrick Amoth has been appointed as the president of World Health Organization, and you have to answer that he is from which country. So the answer is that he is from Kenya. So Ministry of Health Acting Director General Dr. Patrick Amoth appointed as the president of WHO. He is from Kenya, right? So he has put Kenya on the map in terms of highlighting the region's health issues to the WHO. Very important. He has replaced Dr. Harshvardhan from India. Who among the following has recently been appointed to the board of International Dairy Federation? The answer is that this is Amul's R.S. Sodhi. International Dairy Federation on Wednesday unanimously elected R.S. Sodhi, Managing Director, Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation or GCMMF that sells Amul branded products in India, to its board during the General Assembly held on 1 June. So IDF is an international non-government, non-profit association and represents global dairy sector. The federation ensures that right policies, standard practices and regulation monitor the production of dairy products globally. That's all for today. Thank you very much for watching.